Hello and welcome to the channel. Coco Behe giving you another video of Celtic Heroes. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, I will be explaining the game in more detail. This is for those who doesn't know about the game and would like to know more about it. And if you're looking for something to quench that thirst for an online RPG game, then look no further, the game might just be for you. As you have guessed already, the game is an MMORPG, meaning that you will be playing with other players, battling bosses, raiding for loot, and also gearing up. There is also the story quests which you can follow if you want to learn more about the story of the game. But hey, you're not just limited to those. If you're into fishing, the game gives you the chance to do so. If you're into cooking, it also does the same. There are a lot of things that you can do, will keep you occupied and entertained for hours on end. So the game is called Celtic Heroes. It is by Thumb Mobile and it's also free on App Store. It's 1.8 GB, so make sure you have space for it. And although it's the only game published by One Thumb Mobile, I would have to say it's one of the best RPG games that I've played so far. So if you're bored with the game you're playing and want to try another game, why not give this a go? I will be giving you guys tips just to give you a little push from the start. So once you've downloaded the game and created an account, this screen will pop up. You will have an opportunity to choose from 5 different classes: the warrior, the rogue, the ranger, which is the cousin of the rogue, the mage, and also the druid, which are casters. Each class has different roles in the game, so I would suggest you try all the classes to find out which one you want and start from there. But just a heads up, rogues and rangers are quite expensive to play, so maybe start off with a mage or a warrior. But hey, choose which one you want and enjoy the game. Once you've chosen a class, you will be able to tweak the appearance of that toon. You can change the appearance of the face, skin color. You can also change the size of your character and tweak them the way you want them to look. You will also be able to change the hairstyle, the hair color, you can even add the beards, and also change the color of the bed. When you're happy with it, you will be able to choose a name for that toon. For this one, I will be calling it Examples, just for an example. And when that is done, you will also be able to choose the server you're on. So I am in server Tyrannus. You can choose from any of these. Now the red doesn't mean that you cannot choose them or they're full. It's just that it hasn't loaded for my device, but they will load up eventually. Also a heads up, you will not be able to put that toon into other servers, so make sure you choose which one you really want to go into. Once that's done, this screen will pop up. You're into the game and ready to play. The tutorial hints are very helpful to get you guys used to the gameplay. But seeing as I already know the mechanics of the game, I will just turn it off. But for you guys, it's better to continue with the tutorials, as they will be very handy in the future. Okay, so the first thing you are going to be doing is getting some quests. Now if you see that NPC player in front of you with an exclamation mark on top of the head, it means that they will offer you quests. These early quests are actually very important. I would suggest you complete all these, as they will provide you with all the necessary skills and also the gear you will need to level up. The mechanics of the fighting is actually quite simple. You target the enemy you want to fight and click the sword icon at the bottom of the screen. Now you don't need to keep on tapping on these, as it will be an automatic attack. Once you tap on it and it becomes orange, it means that it's attacking. It's also similar to the skills. You just have to target the opponent and also click on the skills you want to use. Fairly simple, huh? So once you've completed the quests, you will be able to see a question mark on my minimap, which is in the bottom left corner. You will then see the NPCs with a question mark on top of the head. And if you click on them and complete the quests, you'll be able to gain the reward. So the next thing is about leveling. Once you level, you will be able to allocate your skill and stat points. For each level you gain, you will be given 5 stat points and 1 skill point. But depending on the class you play, you will distribute the points differently. So make sure you don't waste them, but if you distribute them in the wrong place, then don't worry, you will be able to change these. For this one, I am a warrior, so I might go with strength and vitality as they are the most important ones for a warrior. And for casters, it will be focus and vitality. And by casters, I mean mages and druids. Now you have 5 points, so make sure you allocate them in the right place. So maybe you can do 3 strength, 2 vitality. For rogues and rangers, maybe you can do 2 strengths, 2 dexterity, and 1 vitality. And then again, for casters, you might choose to do 2 focus, 3 vitality, or 3 focus, 2 vitality. For warriors, strength and vitality is very good because it increases your damage output but also your HP points. When you're still low level, I would suggest you would go for a damage build, so more on strength and less on vitality. As you progress through the game, you'll be able to gain a whole variety of skill sets, and you can decide which one you want to use. Another advice is that do some research, find out which skill sets and build is effective for leveling. That way you don't have to keep on worrying about which skills to use. For warriors, I heard that pommel is a good skill for leveling, so I'll be using that. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the icon on the top left with the spirals, that is your menu button. Now you can see quests. If you click on it, you will see all the quests you've accepted. Once you clear them, you will be able to see a tick right next to that circle, which means it's ready for collection or continue with the next one. Now the next thing is the map. There is a lot of maps in the game, but you will not be able to see the next map unless you go to the next area. Some of the areas are level restricted, meaning that you have to meet a certain level, and there are also those that require you to do certain quests. Now when you reach a new map, I would suggest you would find one of these laystones. I'll show you what the laystone looks like. They are very good for transport. You won't need to run from area to area just to reach your destination. You just tap one of these in the map and you will be there instantly. It's like a teleportation device. Each map contains different numbers of laystones, so it's best that if you reach a new map, I would suggest you explore the whole place. That way you can find all of these, saving you time from running all over the place just to get where you want to go. So every time you find one of these, it will be placed on your map. I will show you guys how it works, and hopefully you see how amazing it is. So just try to go down here. Okay, so I think this is far enough, so let's try it here. So all you have to do is click on the laystone, click OK, and you're gonna be there. Now there is something that will prevent you from doing this, and that is if your bag is full. So if you click on menu and click on stats, you will be able to see how many items you can carry. If you look at the bottom right corner, you can see carried items. 20 is the maximum you can carry right now, but you can upgrade them. And the items you have on, I mean equipped, they won't be counted. But if you take them out, just as I have, you can see that the carried items has increased to 1. Now if you exceed the carried amount, you will not be able to use the laystones and will have to walk there, so make sure you check your inventory constantly. So in the inventory section, you will be able to see your equipment, jewelry, fashion, and stables. But the fashion and stables, I will be explaining those in the next video. Jewelry and equipment is the most important part right now. You can also see everything from the armor, weapons, jewelry, everything you have right there. Also take note that each class will have a specific equipment that is only for that class. As you can see, it says class required warrior, meaning that it's only for warriors. And also you can see that it says no trade. It means that you cannot trade these type of items. So these are the basic things that you would need to know. I will be explaining a few more features in the next video. See you soon.